All right, time for some soloing. The first solo starts off with this phrase. So here we'll play 10 to 13 on the B, grab 10 on the high E, bend 13 on the B up a full step, and then 13, 10 on the B with a bend from 12 G, and then 12, 10, 12 on the G, strike 12, bend, release, followed by 10, and then down to 12 on the D. So far we've done this. Now we're going to play this phrase. This will be 10 to 12 on the D, 10 on the G, bend 12 on the G string, and then strike and release followed by 10 to 12. Slide 10 to 9 on the G, 12 D, 12, 10 D, 12 A, 10 to 8 on the A, followed by 10 on the low E. So that phrase we've just learned. Okay, moving right along. Here's the next part of the solo. So we'll play 8 to 10 on the A string 2 times, slide into 12, followed by 10 D, 12 A. Now 10 to 12 on D, slide 9 to 10 on the G. Now we're going to play 10 to 12 on the G string 2 times, and we'll end with a bend from the 12th fret of the G string, release followed by 10. And then play 12 on the G, 12 D. Now we'll play 10 to 12 on the G string 2 times, bend 12 at the end of that phrase, followed by 10 on the B, 10 on the E, 10 on the B. And then 13 on the B, 2 hits on the 10th fret of the high E. A lot of notes, put it together, it sounds like this. And here's the next phrase. So here we're going to do a sweep from 14G, 13B, 12 on the high E. It's an A minor arpeggio that we're playing, but we're just going to down pick towards the floor, known as sweep picking. And this is from D Dorian now. So we're going to do that sweep picking arpeggio and then grab 15 on the high E, 13, 12 E, 15 B. Next 4 notes, 12 E, 13, 15, 12 B. Next 3 notes, 13 on the B, 14, 12 on the G. And then 14, 12 on the G string. Shift positions 10 to 12 on the G string. So we've just done this. And now here's the next phrase. Very staccato or short notes. We'll play 10 on the G string twice, followed by 12. And then we'll play 10 on the G, 12 on the G, 10 on the B. Now 10 slide back to 9 on the G, followed by 12 D. And then an A minor arpeggio descending, 9 on the G string, 10 on the D, 12 on the A. Once again. We're going to continue this idea playing from D Dorian. So now we're going to go up an A minor arpeggio. We'll play A, C, E. That's 12 on the A string, 10 on the D, 9 on the G. Once we're on the G string, we'll stay there, play 12, 10, 9. Back to 10, back to 9. 12, 10 on the D, and then 12 on the D again. Okay, so that whole phrase, once again. Okay, now here's the next phrase. So we'll start 12D, 9G, 10 to 12 on the G string. Now we're going to slide 9 to 10 on the B string. So that's the blues note there, A flat. So we've just done this. Next four notes, 12 G, 10, 12, 13 B. So we've just done this. Now on the high E string, 10, 12, 13, 10, and then 12. Play that 12 two times. Now this phrase, very Frampton-esque, goes like this. So here we're going to play 12 on the high E, and then we're going to pull off 13, 12, 10. We'll do that 5 times and then slide into the 15th fret of the high E. So that whole phrase. And now here's the next idea. More sweep picking, 12 to 15 on the high E, descend an A minor arpeggio, that's going to be 12E, 13B, 14G, and that's sweep picking up towards the ceiling. Grab 12, 10, 9 on the G. Now we're going to continue. This will be 12, 10, 12 on the D. On the G string, 10, 12, 10. Bend 12, release, pull off to 10. And then 12G, 12D. And then 10, 12, 10 on the G. And now to end the solo, we're just going to have a 3-note repetitive phrase that lasts for 4 measures. We'll bend from 12 on the G, grab 10 B, 10 high E. We can end with a unison bend. Just strike the B string on the 10th fret, along with a bend from 12 on the G. All right, let's go back and put it all together. We start on the and of 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the breakdown section that happens after the keyboard solo. We're just going to be vibing in the key of D, using a lot of notes from the D minor pentatonic, and eventually get into some D Dorian ideas. The first phrase we hear goes like this. That's just going to be 5 to 7 on the G, 6 on the B with a little push, back to 7 on the G string. And you want to play with dynamics. You want to play very soft here. The bass is just grooving on. So we've just done this. And now we can follow with. Once again, just from D minor pentatonic, I started off 5 to 7 on the G, 6, 8 on the B, bend 8, release, followed by 6 to 8, 6 back to 5 on the B string, and then 7, 5 on the G. And this lick you might recognize. So here it's 7 on the G, 6 on the B, bend 8 on the B, and then 8 to 6 without the bend. And now play 8 on the high E twice. And now we get a little bit louder. So the dynamics bring up here. We're going to pick up the dynamics and play a little louder. 8 to 5 on the high E, and then on the B string, 8, and then 5E, 6B, 7G. And then 5 to 7 on the G with the slide. And then we'll play this. That's going to be 5 on the G string, 3 on the B, bend 5 on the D string up and release, followed by 3, 5, 3 on the D, 5 on the A. And we'll take a look at one more idea from this section. We're going to shift positions, and it goes like this. So we're playing louder here. We're going to play from D blues to start off with, or you can think minor pentatonic. 10 to 12 on the G string, and then 10 on the G, 12, 10, 12, D, and then back to the G string, 10 to 12, bend 12 up, release, followed by 10, 12, and then down to 12 on the D string. So we've just done this. Next 4 notes, 10, 12, 10, 12 with a bend on the G string, 10 on the B, 10E, 10B, followed by this. That's 13 on the B. On the high E string, we'll play 10, pull off 13, 12, 10, back to 12. So we've just done this. Very Frampton-esque, moving into like Dorian territory here. We're going to outline an A minor arpeggio once again, 14G, 13B, 12 on the high E, grab 15 on the high E twice, back to 13, back to 12. Once again. Now on the B string, 15, 13, strike 15 again, and then continually bend, getting higher each time. Coming back down to 15. Now we'll play 13B, 15E 2 times, and then 13, 12, 10 on the B. And if we put all that together,